Early life and introduction to football. Michael Laudrup was born on June 15, 1963, in Frederiksberg, Copenhagen, Denmark. Hailing from a family with deep footballing roots, it was no surprise that Michael would go on to become one of Denmark's finest footballers. His father, Finn Laudrup, was a professional footballer, and Michael's brother, Brian Laudrup, would also achieve greatness in football, playing for several top clubs and representing Denmark on the international stage. Growing up in a football-centric environment, Michael was immersed in the game from an early age. Laudrup's early football education began in the youth ranks of Copenhagen and B1903, before he joined Lyn in Norway at the age of 16. Michael's early promise was evident as he played in various youth teams before eventually breaking into senior football with Lyn. His style was already emerging. A graceful, creative attacking midfielder who loved to dribble, pass and control the tempo of the game. His technical ability and vision on the ball were far beyond his years. Rise to prominence in Denmark. A star at Lazio. Laudrup's breakthrough came when he joined Lazio in Italy in 1981. At Lazio, he began to showcase his skills in a more competitive environment, marking the start of his rise in European football. However, it wasn't until he moved to Juventus in 1983 that Laudrup truly began to turn heads. His time at Juventus was short but successful, as he won both domestic and international honors. Laudrup's refined playmaking abilities were beginning to be noticed on a wider scale. His skillful dribbling, vision, and ability to read the game made him stand out as a creator on the field. Juventus's interest in Laudrup was only the beginning of his illustrious European career, but it was soon after his spell at Juventus that Laudrup found his place at the top. Barcelona. The Catalan maestro. In 1989, Michael Laudrup signed for FC Barcelona under the management of Johan Cruyff, whose revolutionary total football philosophy was taking shape at the club. The move to Barcelona would define Laudrup's career and elevate him to superstardom in European football. Laudrup's time at Barcelona saw him become the linchpin in Cruyff's iconic Dream Team, a squad that dominated Spanish and European football in the early 1990s. Laudrup's elegant style of play and technical mastery made him a natural fit for Cruyff's attacking football. His vision, dribbling skills, and ability to make precise passes were vital to the team's success. Notably, his partnership with players like Ronald Koeman, Pep Guardiola, José María Baquero, and Risto Stoichkov helped create one of the most formidable teams in European football history. During his time at Barcelona, Laudrup played a pivotal role in securing the club's first European Cup in 1992, which remains one of the club's most iconic achievements. His exquisite pass to Stoichkov in the final against Sampdoria was a perfect example of Laudrup's skill and football intelligence. His contribution to Barcelona's success also saw him win several La Liga titles and Copa del Rey trophies during his time in Catalonia. While Laudrup was widely regarded as one of the most talented players in the world, his style was more understated than flamboyant. His ability to control the flow of the game, orchestrating attacks and creating space for his teammates, made him a maestro in midfield. His time at Barcelona was marked by a mix of individual brilliance and team success, and his influence on the pitch was a key factor in Barcelona's golden era under Cruyff. Moves across Europe. A journey through top clubs. After a successful spell at Barcelona, Laudrup moved to Italy in 1994, where he joined Sampdoria. Although his time in Italy wasn't as high profile as his years in Barcelona, Laudrup continued to impress with his creativity and intelligence on the ball. Sampdoria, a club with ambitions of competing at the top of Serie A, benefited from Laudrup's experience and technique. He helped the club achieve respectable finishes in the Italian league, and his contribution to the team's play was invaluable. Following his time at Sampdoria, Laudrup made a brief return to Spain, joining Real Madrid in 1994. This transfer, while somewhat controversial due to his previous success at Barcelona, turned out to be another successful chapter in Laudrup's career. While at Madrid, Laudrup helped the team win a La Liga title, cementing his status as one of the great midfielders of his generation. His vision and ability to dictate play remained integral to Real Madrid's attacking strategy. In the later stages of his career, Laudrup spent time in other countries, including a move to Ajax in the Netherlands in the mid-1990s, before finally retiring from playing professionally in 1998. International career, Denmark's golden age. Laudrup's international career with Denmark spanned over a decade, and he was a central figure in the golden generation of Danish football. His first appearance for Denmark came in 1982, and he went on to represent his country at the UEFA European Championship in 1984, where Denmark reached the semi-finals. However, it was the 1998 FIFA World Cup in France that marked one of his most memorable moments. Laudrup captained Denmark to their first major international trophy, the UEFA European Championship in 1992. Denmark's surprise victory in the tournament, which featured Laudrup at his very best, remains one of the greatest triumphs in international football history. Laudrup's leadership and creativity in midfield were vital to Denmark's success. His vision, passing accuracy, and ability to set up goals made him the driving force behind the team's attacking play. Despite his international success, Laudrup's involvement with the national team was not without controversy. His decision to retire from international football in the mid-1990s left a hole in Denmark's lineup, but his contributions to the team were undeniable. His status as Denmark's greatest footballer was solidified through his international performances. The playing style. A true artist of the game. Michael Laudrup's playing style was a reflection of his footballing intelligence. He was often described as a playmaker, someone who could dictate the pace of a match with his vision and passing. He was elegant on the ball, comfortable in tight spaces, and capable of unlocking defenses with a single pass. His dribbling was composed and graceful, and his creativity allowed him to think 2 or 3 moves ahead of his opponents. Laudrup's ability to make the right decision at the right time was what set him apart. He wasn't a player who relied on explosive pace or physicality, but instead, he used his intelligence to control games. Whether it was making a simple, well-timed pass or producing a piece of individual brilliance to create a scoring opportunity, Laudrup was a true artist of the game. His influence on the pitch often made him the focal point of his team's attacks,